Well, that was delicious. Hi guys, so I am back in my kitchen and I'm making a protein waffle. And I've made protein pancakes before, and you guys have probably seen thousands of recipes. They're everywhere, but everybody always asks how I make mine, so I thought I'd refilm. There are two ways to do it. Sometimes I'll make a protein waffle for my snack before the gym, and that involves carbs, so a little bit of oats. Or I'll do it at night, 30 minutes before bed, and there are no carbs in that one, so it's just the protein eggs, or egg whites, and then some cinnamon. So I don't have all the ingredients that I normally use, but I'm going to take you guys along and show you guys how I make my protein waffle. So here we go. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is, I have this vintage, like old Belgian waffle maker from my grandpa. He gave it to me and I never thought I would ever use it. And but like 3 weeks ago did I discover that I love waffles. So I'm just going to plug it in. Mine just preheat, but you can get one of these at Walmart, Target, Macy's, anywhere, and they're usually like 20 bucks. Just like a cheaper brand. But anyways, that's what it looks like. I will take some coconut oil spray. I get this at Trader Joe's. You can get this at the grocery store, but I really, really like the one at Trader Joe's. Make sure you're not overspraying it, especially if you're like me and you're on some sort of competition prep. You're kind of just counting your macros, so, you know, just kind of give it a light spray. And then let that preheat. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do is, I use, you can use a blender, you can use whatever kind of blender you have, or a bullet. I bought the Ninja from Costco and I absolutely love it. I mostly just use this, which is not the full blender, but it's just the little, like, similar to like the bullet, and then you just put it in there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to first take the oats. I just use 1 serving of oats, which is a 1/3 cup. And I love Coach's Oats, and I get this at Costco. I just really love the texture and just delicious. So we're going to use that. We're going to do a 1/3 cup of oats. Okay. Alright, then we are going to do 2 egg whites. I use the organic egg whites from Costco. They come 4 of these in one. And they're just fairly inexpensive. You can use real egg whites if you want. I find that the liquid egg whites work a little bit better because they're a little bit more liquidy, if that makes any sense. So we're just going to do a 1/3 cup, which is 2 egg whites. That's the serving on the box. Okay. Next is my new favorite addition to my waffles and pancakes. It is the Phormula 1 CTC protein from First Form. Whoa, sorry. Still not feeling well. Let's see the macros on this. It's got 100 calories, 1 gram of fat, 20 grams of protein, 2.5 grams of carbohydrates, which is great, and only 1 gram of sugar. This stuff tastes really good. I really like it. My husband actually has become really fond of it because it mixes really well with water. It's super mixable. It doesn't clump up or anything, and that's huge when you're making like protein shakes, which is when you're just adding water. So we're gonna do a 1/2 scoop of this. Let me just go ahead and open it. All right, so again, it's the CTC, and it tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's what it's supposed to be. But I just do a 1/2 scoop of that, so that's gonna go right in there. Okay. Meanwhile, my Belgian waffle, the preheat is done, so it's about ready, so I gotta get that going. All right, now normally I'll use pumpkin spice, but I don't have any. But I also use cinnamon, and I get this cinnamon from Costco. Some of you guys have already gotten it. It's so delicious. I don't know, it's just the type of, because it's Saigon cinnamon, but it's just really, really, really good. And so I am kind of out of control with my cinnamon, so I just put a bunch in there. And then I usually use Stevia Drops that I get at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, but I ran out, so I have these on hand. They're just Stevia packets. And I'll use 1 packet. And just kind of dump it in there. Okay. And then that is really it. I will get this really tight. And we'll go ahead and turn on the Ninja. Flip that over. Lock it in place, you'll hear a snap, and then just single serve it. And then you kind of have to really Now, you guys can add a little bit more oil, a little more egg white. Because I'm counting my macros so specifically, this is why I'm just doing it like this. But adding like a tablespoon of coconut oil in this would probably make it delicious. You can even use like a really good pancake mix. But anyways, it's kind of what it'll look like. It'll be a little bit watery, but not too watery. So I'm going to get that open, and then we're going to put it on the waffle maker. All right, so that's what it looks like. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour it. So sometimes it gets on one side more than the other, so I'm just going to use this spatula that I was using and just kind of make sure that it's evenly spread across. Perfect. Now, this is an old-fashioned waffle maker, so sometimes stuff starts seeping out the sides. So I'll usually just take a little towel and put it underneath so that we don't have like a total disaster. But bullet's super easy to use. I'm just going to go ahead and wash this out, and then we'll come back. But you notice the light came back on. It should be done when the light goes back off. All right, so the light went off. Let's see what it looks like. I'm always surprised every time because, like I said, I'm kind of new to this, so, and it's such an old waffle maker, but it looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and grab a plate. And then let me go grab a fork and get that out of there. All right, so I'm just going to grab like a fork here and just now pull that out of there. Oh my gosh, that looks really, really good. All right. Hi guys. They're both like looking at me like, do you have peanut butter in your hand? All right, so lastly, I like to take a little bit of peanut butter. I have about maybe a half tablespoon of peanut butter that I can kind of put on this for my fat for the day. And that's basically all I have left because we go through this. But I actually got this peanut butter at Marshall's. It's like half the price than Whole Foods. So sometimes you can find really good stuff at Marshall's. So let me go ahead and scoop up a half a tablespoon of that and put it on the pancake. All right, so I just spread half tablespoon of peanut butter. And then lastly, I like to take some more of that cinnamon and I just kind of drench the waffle with that cinnamon. So as you guys know, I tried that Bliss fat burner, and it's actually been like 4 hours since I've tried it, and I feel really good. I feel like I have energy, but I don't feel jittery or anything. And I'm sure I could probably take a second one, but I'm gonna follow the directions. But I'd still like a cup of coffee, so we'll see how that mixes. I don't have a Keurig, which I am planning on purchasing, but until then, I get these Starbucks Vias from Costco, and I just like to make myself a cup of coffee when I'm getting ready to eat my snack before the gym. So we'll just pour that in there, and I've already boiled some water. See, it's like a cooking show. Oops, I don't know if I boiled enough water. I'll go ahead and boil some more water. All right, so I've got my cup of coffee and my waffle. So let's go ahead and taste it. Again, there are tons of ways to make this and make it fluffier and probably taste better, but these are the ingredients that I can have for the competition prep, so that is what I'm using. It's really good, especially with the peanut butter and a little cup of coffee. It's seriously one of my favorite things to do before the gym. My favorite like afternoon snack, and you get a lot of protein in there. I mean, you've got 20 grams of protein, so in one scoop, so 10 grams of protein from the 10 grams of protein from the CTC, and then 17 grams of protein in your waffle. So you can get some protein in there, and it's very low in fat. And then you got your carb, and then of course you can make it without the oats. And I'll do that for you guys as well. I'm gonna have a full blog post up with the recipe, and let me know how you guys make it, if there's another way to make it or if something else you can put in there. The pumpkin spice also adds a lot of flavor if you use that. But until then, I'm gonna enjoy my Cinnamon Toast Crunch First Form protein pancake and get ready for the gym. Well, that was delicious.